Hello my dear students, welcome back to Learn Physics. In today's video, we are going to discuss about alternating current. In last video, I had given you some introduction about this alternating current. Okay, here in this chapter only wattless current is avoided. Okay, omitted portion is wattless current. Now we are going to study about the alternating current if it is connected to a resistive circuit. A resistor is there in the circuit, then how this alternating current will be changing. Any variation is happening in the case of resistive circuit. That one we are going to discuss now. Okay, an alternating current is connected to an AC circuit. AC circuit is connected to a resistive circuit. Okay, AC is connected to a resistance. What will happen? So, the alternating current voltage, how we will represent? V equals Vm sin omega t. This in our last class we discussed, right? What is meant by Vm? Maximum value of voltage or peak value of voltage is given as Vm. Omega is the angular velocity, angular frequency, that is omega. Omega, how we will be finding out the value of omega? Omega equals 2 pi into nu. This is the phase term which is over there, omega into t. V equals Vm sin omega t. Now I need to find out what will be the current passing through that. How I can find out? Vm, V divided by R. As per Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. Okay, what is V? Vm sin omega t. What is this Vm? Vm is the maximum value of voltage. Maximum value of voltage means, here in last class we told you, see, this is the representation of voltage. If I am representing the EMF over here, maximum value. This maximum value is represented as Vm. This is minus Vm. Okay, clear? So this is maximum value of voltage is Vm. Vm sin omega t divided by R. What is this Vm by R? That is equal to Im sin omega t. So I value, when a resistor is connected to an AC circuit, I value we got it as Im sin omega t. So when we are analyzing these two equations, V equals Vm sin omega t, I equals Im sin omega t. Any variation is happening for the current? No variation, right? So both are in phase with each other. Both are sin omega t, sin omega t. Maximum and minimum values will be coming at the same point itself. No change. Only maximum value of current. Maximum value of current, whether it is greater than or less than the maximum value of voltage, it will be less than, because Vm by R is given as Im. Maximum value of current or peak value of current. Next, we are going to discuss about the phasor. What is meant by a phasor? Phasor is a vector which is rotating with a velocity omega in the anti-clockwise direction. So, we are going to represent the phasor diagram for voltage and current. Okay, V equals Vm sin omega t. I got it as Im sin omega t. When we are representing this as a vector, how we can represent this? And first I will represent this as a wave equation, wave representation I am representing. This is Vm sin omega, this is representing V, and I will be less than that. So it will be, because Im will be equal to Vm divided by R. So it will be less than V. This will be the maximum value which will be getting at 90 degree, and this is 2 into pi by 2. This is 3 into pi by 2. This is 4 into pi by 2. Okay, here we are going to represent the phasor diagram as a vector. It's a vector, right? So here I am going to, omega is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction with a velocity omega, with an angular velocity omega. So here I am going to find out the phasor at this point. Okay, At this point, the phasor will be between 0 and 90 degree. Between 0 and 90 degree, I am considering one point. So this is omega. Here I can represent it as, this will be the maximum value. Okay, this will be V equals Vm sine omega t. What will be the current then? That time current will be this much only. Okay, so this will be the current value, Im sine omega t. So if we are representing the maximum value of voltage, where it will be coming? It will be coming at the exactly through this y-axis. Okay, because it is 0 to 90 degree variation is there. Okay, clear about the phasor diagram. So throughout this, that is when we are doing the inductive circuit or capacitive circuit, LCR circuit there and all, we will be drawing this phasor diagram. Okay, it's simply a vector. How this will be represented in between one point when I am considering what will be the voltage and what will be the current that we will represent over there. Next, we are going to discuss about the power. Power, instantaneous power and average power we will find out. Okay, so what will be the power? How we can find out? Power formula is P equals V into I. Okay, we know V equals Vm sine omega t. What is I? Im sine omega t. Okay, so Vm Im sine square omega t. This will be the power. In an instantaneous power means at different values of t we can substitute that value. Okay, Vm Im sine omega t, or if you want, as such in textbook you can do Vp equals I square R. That also you can substitute. I square R means Im square sine R sine square omega t. In this value we will be getting, you can find out in such a manner. Now we are going to find out the average power. How we can find out the average power? We should find out the average of Im square R sine square omega t. Okay, so here if we are finding out this Im square R sine square omega t, average power P equals average of Im square R sine square omega t. Maximum value of current is a constant, right? Resistance in the circuit also is constant. It's not changing. So we can write it as Im square R, I am taking it outside, average of sine square omega t. What will be the average of sine square omega t? Average of sine square omega t is 1 by 2. Okay, this one you will study in your mathematics about how to find out the average of each trigonometric functions. Here 1 sine square omega t, you can convert it as 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. Then taking the average you will get the value as Im square R by 2. Average of sine square omega t is 1 by 2. So here average power equals Im square R by 2. So when we are trying to analyze this one with the DC current, okay, AC when we are doing, we got the average power as Im square R by 2 we got. But in DC we know it is I square R. Power equals I square R. It's not Im square I square R by 2. Okay, so get the uniformity. I am going to rewrite this power as P equals Im square by R root 2 the whole square. Okay, what is this Im square? Im by root 2. What is Im by root 2? That is RMS value of current. Last class we learned, right? 0.707 I0 maximum value or peak value of current. So that will be 0.7, Im by root 2, that is equal to IRMS. So IRMS equals 0.707 Im. Okay, so IRMS equals, so in terms of IRMS when we are writing average power P equals IRMS square into R. Okay, so RMS value of current will be equal to 0.707 Im. So this one, so if we are writing in such a manner, we will get that uniformity I square R. Okay, so RMS value is 0.707 Im and this one average power equals I square R, where I will be the RMS value of current. Root means square value of current. How much heat energy is required, that is producing for an average current. Okay, so that is called a IRMS. RMS value of power, or average value of power equals IRMS square R. Clear? So today we are going to do some numerical relating to that. First question is, an alternating voltage is given by V equals 140 sine 314 T. Connected across a pure resistor of 50 ohm, find the frequency of the source and RMS current through the resistor. For that, the question it is given voltage is V equals 140 sine 314 T. This is the value of voltage. We need to find out the frequency IRMS. Okay, RMS value of current through the resistor. This and all we should find out. How we can find out the frequency? See, V equals, the formula we know, V equals Vm sine omega t. So here omega equals 314. 2 pi into nu equals 314. So frequency equals 314 divided by 2 pi. Okay, you can find out frequency, unit as in hertz. You will be getting this one when you are calculating, you will get it as 50 hertz. Okay, then IRMS, how we can find out? IRMS is equal to 0.707 maximum value of current. Right, here we know Vm is equal to 140 and resistive circuit resistance is given in the question, that is 50 ohm. So 50 ohm, here Im will be equal to Vm divided by R, 140 divided by 50, so ampere. Then IRMS is equal to 0.707 into 14 divided by 5. You will be getting the answer for this one by calculating. You will get the final answer as 2 ampere. Okay, so this kind of questions are easy, I guess. And the next question, one more we will do. A resistance of 40 ohm is connected to an AC source of 220 volt, 50 hertz. Find RMS current. Okay, so here in AC source, voltage is given 220 volt, 50 hertz is the frequency, resistance is given as 40 ohm. We need to find out RMS value of current. Maximum instantaneous current in the resistor. Then time taken by the current to change from maximum value to RMS value. The time also we need to find out. Here the values are given. Resistance equals 40 ohm. And voltage is given as 220 volt and frequency is given as 50 hertz. We need to find out RMS value of current, maximum value of current, and then time taken by the current to change from maximum value of current to RMS value. Time for changing from maximum to RMS value. This time also we need to find out. How we can find out the RMS value here? I will be equal to V by R. What is the V value? 220 divided by R is 40. So we will be getting 11 by 2 ampere. Now maximum value of current. Im, how we can find out? What is the relation connecting IRMS and Im? Im divided by root 2 will be equal to IRMS. So Im will be equal to IRMS into root 2. 1.414, you can multiply 11 by 2 into 1.414. Okay, you will be getting the final answer over here, this much of ampere. Next is, what is the time required for changing from maximum value to RMS value? The current, what is the formula? I is equal to Im sine omega t. Okay, when we will be getting the maximum value of current? Maximum value of current will be getting when omega t equals 1. Omega t equals pi by 2. Sin omega t equals 1. So omega t equals pi by 2. When we will be getting the RMS value, IRMS will be equal to Im sin omega t. When it will be equal, IRMS is equal to Im divided by root 2. That is equal to sin omega t. Okay, Im and Im will get cancelled. Sin omega t equals 1 by root 2. When we will be getting 1 by root 2? Yes, omega t equals pi by 4. So what will be the omega? This is for the first case. Omega t1 equals pi by 2. Maximum to pi by, there's RMS value. Next RMS value when we will be getting omega t2 will be equal to, already we have pi by 2. Along with that we should add pi by 4. Okay, now we need to find out the difference in time. Omega t2 minus omega t1, that will be equal to pi by 2 plus pi by 4 minus pi by 2. So here will be equal to pi by 4. Now omega is common. We need to find out the time interval. So omega is common. T2 minus T1 equals pi by 4. 2 pi into nu into time difference is equal to pi by 4. So delta T equals pi by 4 into 1 by 2 pi into nu. Nu is 50. Pi and pi will get cancelled. So you will be getting 1 by, what is that? 400. 1 by 400 seconds. This will be the time difference. Okay. Clear, children? These are some of the questions related to your this resistive circuit. In next class, we'll be continuing with the inductor. If an AC circuit is connected to an inductive circuit, what will happen? Okay. So, and if you like the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thank you for watching. Bye.